Okay, hi, I'm Nathan. I'm going to be showing you the correct way to make apple crisps. So before you touch any of the ingredients, you're going to want to make sure your oven is preheated at 350 degrees. We have already done that behind the camera. So now we're going to go straight into these apples. Now, before we started this video, I already washed my hands and washed these apples to make sure they are ready to use. So now what I'm going to do is start peeling the apples. So I'm not going to show you me peeling all the apples because that's going to take forever, but I'm just going to do a couple of strands. Now you're going to want to cut away from yourself. So now after I'm done peeling all the apples, now I'm going to get started cutting the apples. Now what I'm going to be using is a large kitchen knife and a cutting board, and you're going to want to curl your fingers in on the core to cut around the core and make 4 even slices. So I'm just doing that now. So now that I got done slicing all these apples, now I'm going to get them into a narrower form factor so that they're easier to eat and they are cooked more evenly. So I'm going to make sure I'm not cutting off my fingers by putting them around the apple. So now that I sliced all the apples into narrower strips, I put them in the 8x8 pan, distributed evenly so that they can cook evenly. So now we're going to start on the dry ingredients. First off, I have 1 cup of rolled oats. This is kind of the base of our granola. We're going to put that in the dry mixing bowl. Then we also have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, which is just added for a flavor effect. Now our last 2 dry ingredients are flour and brown sugar. Now we're going to want to do 1/2 cup of flour. We're going to want to spoon it in because that's how you measure flour, because it is a light dry ingredient. Spoon it in. Now for the brown sugar, what we're going to want to do is pack it down, because it is a heavy dry ingredient, and that's how you measure brown sugar. So we're going to take this flour and we're going to level it off in the sink, and we're going to add in the 1/2 cup. Now the last thing we're going to do is the brown sugar, which is 3/4 of a cup. Unfortunately, all I have is the 1 cup, so what we're going to do is go to about 75% full on the 1 cup. Give it a big pat down, add maybe a little bit more, and it'll be good to go. So that's at about 90%. So let me get my spoon that disappeared, pack this down. Add a little bit more. Pack this down just a little bit more, and that looks just about like 3/4 of a cup. So now we're going to put this in the dry ingredients. Now I'm going to mix this, but first I'm going to put 1/2 cup of butter in the microwave to liquefy it so that we can add it to our dry ingredients and get a cohesion effect going. So now I'm going to add the 1/2 cup of liquefied butter into my dry ingredients to kind of bring it all together and clump up the dry ingredients. I'm going to mix it all together. Okay, so now that I finished the dry ingredients mixture, I'm just going to place it as a topping on the apples, and I'm going to place this pan in our already preheated 350 degree oven. So after 30 minutes of sitting in the oven and 15 minutes to chill, you can now enjoy your professionally made apple crisps. By the way, apples are part of the pomace classification.